All right, let's go ahead and get to it.
Chaos at court as a man accused of killing a sheriff's deputy a day after his son was shot by a police officer asked to be released on bail. I lay out the horrific chain of events out of Ohio and where the case could be heading.
Are you familiar with the acts of someone that is not in their right mind when they commit a criminal act?
I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix.
Fight for your life. What up, y'all?
What up?
Before I get into the case out of Ohio, where Larry Henderson had retired as a Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy last December, he was still working, though, occasionally for that sheriff's office in Cincinnati doing special details. Last Friday, he was doing that, directing traffic for graduation at the University of Cincinnati when police say a man named Rodney Hinton Jr. deliberately drove his vehicle into Henderson at this intersection. Deputy Henderson was rushed to the local trauma center, but there was nothing that could be done to save him. Within hours, he passed away from these devastating injuries. You're probably asking yourself, why would anybody deliberately drive a vehicle into somebody, much less a sheriff's deputy who was directing traffic at a college graduation? Well, police say Rodney Hinton Jr. did this on purpose, possibly to avenge the death of his son, Ryan Hinton. Ryan Hinton was 18 years old, and a day earlier, a Cincinnati police officer shot and killed him after encountering him and some others in a car that had been reported stolen out of Kentucky.
So, brothers, nobody's asking the question, why was his son in a stolen vehicle? Nobody's asking that question. They're all concerned about everything else. And I think that's something that a lot of men should be, people should be asking. Because this all could have been avoided. Why is it that he was with, I know he was with one of his cousins, but there was a total of 4 people in that vehicle. So why were they in a stolen vehicle? Why? But nobody wants to ask that question. Everybody think that what the father did was justified, which is crazy to me. Yes, ma'am.
Was he driving the vehicle?
I don't know if he was or not.
Well,
He wasn't operating the vehicle?
You said, was he operating?
What does that have to say from?
Wait, you asked if, hold on, G.I. Joe. You asked if was he operating the vehicle or was he driving? You asked both of those
I'm asking
questions.
a simple question. Was he driving the vehicle, yes or no?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't know?
No, I do not.
Okay.
But he was in it, though.
That is true.
That don't have anything to do. That's not the question that I asked. I asked, was he driving the vehicle? That was it.
Okay. Well,
Y'all don't know.
no, we don't
That's
know.
the answer.
Now, let's go ahead and continue.
Here's the police chief.
Officers across the country confront dangerous situations every day, sometimes more than once a day. They are often compelled to make split-second decisions to protect others and themselves when faced with immediate threats. Yesterday was one of those occurrences. Let me be very direct. We cannot allow individuals to flee from officers with a loaded firearm aimed at them. When this happens, the outcome is almost always tragic. No one wins, and everyone involved is affected.
Police Chief Teresa Thigi outlined what occurred. It's something the Cincinnati Police Department does within 24 hours of an officer-involved shooting taking place.
Where the incident occurred is at the dead end of the parking lot back here. You'll see vehicles there now. You'll see a photo. The stolen car that we're going to talk about was backed into a parking spot back there. As you can see, this is a stolen Kia. It was stolen out of northern Kentucky yesterday. You can see we have 2 uniformed cars there. Prior to those uniformed cars arriving, we had 2 undercover cars that pulled into that dead end, saw the vehicle. They backed out. They saw that there were individuals inside the vehicle, so they backed out and let the uniformed cars make the approach, which is the tactically sound decision to do. The cars are positioned the way the officers are trained. We are trained to use our vehicles as cover from any threat. That's what those officers did with the cars at that time.
Chief Thigi then played a short portion of the body camera footage.
This is body-worn camera from officer number 2. Go ahead, Bob.
He's got a gun! He's got a gun on your right! On your right!
This is the body camera footage from the officer who actually shot Ryan Hinton.
This is the other officer, the one who fires the shot. This is his body camera as he approaches the scene. This is the fire.
So, brothers, just to let you know, all of that happened from him exiting the vehicle to him getting shot. All of that was only in 6 seconds. 6 seconds. That's all it took. And he blasted him. I don't know if the teen had the gun in his hand or what. It doesn't even show if he had the gun in his hand or if he pointed at the police officer. We don't know. We have no idea. I don't know. And again, somebody asked if he came out the driver's side. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know what if he was driving. I don't know if he was in the back seat. But but again, why was he even in that vehicle? Why did he have 2 guns? Was he hiding something? What was the reason why he had 2 guns? But go ahead, Mugga.
So he had 2 guns.
Mm-hmm.
The child that was shot had 2 guns. He got out of the car with 2 guns. I'm confused.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
According to the report, there were 2 guns. One was in his hoodie, and I guess the other one was in his hand. According to what the police says, I can't confirm that.
So we don't.
I'm just going by what the police said. But again, a lot of this stuff could have been avoided. Because I'm still wondering why was that 18-year-old with those other 3 kids? So why was he in that vehicle? Did he know that the vehicle was stolen? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But let's go ahead and continue.
The firearm that was recovered at the scene after the individual was shot. This is what he had in his hand while the officers were chasing him. It's just a photo of it here at Criminalistics. Remember I told you he fell on the concrete and the officers said that they heard the metal hit the ground? There are 3 spots on here where this gun has scratches on it. We believe those occurred when he hit the ground with the firearm. This is a second. Sorry, Bobby, can you go back 1 frame, please? This magazine was in the firearm. That's an extended magazine, so it holds more rounds. Go ahead. This is a second magazine that was located in his sweatshirt pocket, his jacket pocket. And that is the magazine from that second magazine. This is another firearm that was located inside the stolen vehicle. This is a firearm that was also stolen out of northern Kentucky sometime early yesterday morning. Approximately, we believe, based on timelines, this was stolen from a vehicle in northern Kentucky, and then they went on to steal the vehicle that's involved in the incident.
I want to tell you about a free app that I've tried. It's called Upside. About 18-year-old Ryan Hinton was revealed in a press conference after the police chief and others met with Ryan Hinton's family, including his father, Rodney Hinton Jr.
On Friday morning, we met with the police chief of Cincinnati, and we viewed the body cam video of what happened with the police-involved shooting with Ryan. We stayed at the chief's office for about an hour and a half, and what we saw was disturbing. The family was upset, as you can imagine, watching your son, watching your grandson, watching your loved one getting shot and killed by the police was upsetting to this family. We left out of the police chief's office, and a few hours later, I was made aware that Rodney had an incident with a police officer that resulted in the officer's death.
So,
But again, we are.
brothers, you can't listen. I understand that that's his son, but going to get revenge and going to kill an innocent bystander is not justice at all. He didn't even. If he would have, look, I'm not even condoning, but if he would have went after the person that actually shot his son, I probably would have had. I would have had just a tiny bit more sympathy, but I have no sympathy because he went after somebody that didn't even that had nothing to do with the situation. You just went down to a random school, saw a deputy that was already retired, and you just ran him down. So I can't condone that. So all these people that saying that is justified, he's the father of the year, that's crazy. How can you give this black man
So
father of the year? Go ahead.
yeah, so I'm gonna go based off the things that you're saying. People are saying. Let's say hypothetically speaking that
Mhm.
they're saying that bro was father of the year.
Mhm.
Father of the year, with reference to one, your son, being here, and father of the year will also go to your son not being in that type of situation and him not going around with guns and robbing from people, right?
Right.
So typically, when you look at people who are father of the year, their children became something. Their children was productive members of society. They wasn't doing like fucked up shit to people. When you look at what people get called father of the year for, it's typically when their kid, their offspring, is doing something productive. So I don't see how your son is doing all these things and being called father of the year. I know there's this dude I used to hang out with, and his son, the guy I used to hang out with, he did 20 years straight,
Mhm.
and he had a son um that grew up a certain way, and his son he became one of the most feared dudes in my city. And we all know the type of shit you got to do to become one of the feared motherfuckers in a city, right?
Right.
So, and niggas ain't running around telling him he's father of the year. Why? Because his son became one of the feared members in the city, and nobody wants to die fucking with him. So when you look at people who are getting called Father of the Year, it's the opposite of that. But then also too, to
Mhm.
say that it's justified, I could understand the instance of wanting revenge, but it's also like you said, your revenge don't matter if you're just killing random people for no reason. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like coming from someone that actually has real revenge in their hearts, etc. The one thing I never did was just attack random motherfuckers. I never did that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I went for people that actually did certain things and enacted on those certain things that they actually did. I didn't go to a fucking playground and said I'm gonna spray the playground because my homie died at the playground. That makes no sense. So I agree a lot with what you're saying. And also too, what about his family? The guy that got ran over. What about his children? What about his wife? So they gotta lose their husband, their wife. Those kids gotta lose their father because of something that another motherfucker did that he had nothing to do with. Off it just because he chose his job. That's
Right.
crazy.
Let's go ahead and continue.
Are here because we represent the estate and the police involved shooting.
Rodney Hinton left the meeting with the police chief, and sometime after that is when police say he intentionally drove his vehicle into Deputy Larry Henderson. A probable cause affidavit states a Hamilton County Sheriff's Office deputy was standing on the sidewalk at the corner of the intersection outside of the lanes of travel where he was engaged in traffic control. The deputy was wearing a uniform and a fluorescent traffic vest. Based on witness statements and evidence at the scene, the defendant drove across oncoming lanes of traffic through the intersection and directly at the deputy, who was struck by the vehicle, causing injuries to the deputy. That intersection near the University of Cincinnati's campus has flowers and blue ribbons decorated in memory and in honor of Larry Henderson, a man who was simply working a detail directing traffic for the University of Cincinnati's graduation.
I don't know if y'all know. Did y'all see that? Martin Luther King, I'm not going to lie to you. If y'all look up some of these states that have Martin Luther King Drive, Boulevard, it's a lot of crime on them streets. Cause I live in the city I live in has a Martin Luther King Drive. It's a lot of crime. I don't know what it is. Like is Martin Luther King? Is there a curse on his name?
No, they only put his name in impoverished areas. That's it. They've been like that.
Oh,
They've
okay.
been violence. They've been like that.
Every
They
major,
just only
in
put his
every
name in
major,
those type of areas.
and only in major cities. It's not in all impoverished areas. It's just in all major cities.
Okay.
Crime is.
I did notice that. I don't know if anybody else ever noticed that, but it's just something that I did
Yeah, I
notice.
gotta in my city we got a thing called Martin Luther King Park, but everybody gets shot there.
It's crazy, and listen, this right now it looks like a race thing right now, and I hate that it looks look that way. Of course, I would probably believe the same thing that cop shot that 18-year-old just because he was a black. But at the end of the day, a lot of times, brothers, we got to make better decisions out here. We have to. When you walk out that door, you better be on the right path, not trying to do some stupid shit. Again, that's why I'm wondering, why was he in that stolen vehicle? Why did he have two guns? What about his cousin? What about the other two boys?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, so he was the only person in the car with two guns?
Good
Does that even make
question.
So
sense?
No,
Like,
it
he wasn't
doesn't.
it can
driving.
happen.
We don't know if he was
Oh,
driving.
hold
This
on,
is how it happens, right?
hold on, G.I. Joe. Hold on. I wanted Mugga to finish what she was saying. Hold on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mugga.
I don't know if y'all can hear me.
No, go ahead. We can hear you,
Hold
Mugga.
on, because I think my service about to go out. Go ahead.
Go ahead. G.I. Joe.
I mean, we would want to channel.
Hold on,
so
Seven.
coming
Hold on.
from real life,
Go ahead,
so
G.I.
coming
Joe.
from real life experience. Yeah, coming from real life experience, right? So sometimes what happen is, right, we'll be riding dirty or whatever the case may be. Now, sometimes, like let's say me and bro, we got it's three motherfuckers and two got one on us or one got one on us. Sometimes what'll happen is we might pass another one off to bro and them to run with one. So that's how one of us get caught, at least the joints get away type shit. Or one of us will run off with one, so that's how we could dump it, right? So it could be a situation where either A, two other motherfuckers had him and they gave him one, or he had his own joint, or what happened is a motherfucker be like, hey, before we get in the run with it, like like those are real conversations we have, right? Like with me, I remember I was asked that one time, hey, you cool with running with this? And I said, yeah, a couple times, because I was okay with running with it, because I know I'm fast. So those situations like that, a lot of times it might be someone else's, but the motherfucker cool with holding that joint down. Or it might be borrowing someone else's shit. So they gotta hold that shit down. So that's what happens a lot of the time. A lot of the times.
Right. Wait, what were you gonna say, Seven?
It's our culture, man. It's the way that our culture teach and how we raise our household. Like we promote this activity. We promote the rap music. We promote drug dealing. We promote guns. We promote treating each other bad. So when we encounter other cultures that probably haven't been raised the way that we do, we can't complain about the outcome that we get. We are the ones that portray ourselves in a certain way, and we put the outcome out in society of how we're going to be reciprocated. This is all in our culture. We do this to ourselves, and then we have the unfortunate things about how other people treat us is because of what we put out there. This is all on us.
Seven, let me ask you something before, because I know Muggo's going to want to say something. Have you ever looked up the word culture, like the definition?
Yeah.
Okay, because that ain't. I'm a so-called black man because I was born in America. That ain't my culture. So I don't know whose culture that is. But that's not my culture at all. It ain't. And I don't think that we should use that and say that's our culture because it's not. Because I didn't
Well,
grow
why?
I didn't grow up. I wasn't taught to shoot 'em up, bang bang. That wasn't my culture. I mean, I grew up listening to hip hop. I also grew up listening to reggae. I also grew up listening to calypso. So that's really not culture. Is almost like that's not our standard. That's not something that we should represent. You know what I'm saying? Just like that no snitching. That shouldn't be something that we represent. No snitching, all that other silliness. So I don't. I get what you. I know what you said. I heard what you said, but I won't use that as saying that that's our culture, because that's not how a lot of us grew up. There's some people that actually grew up with a
But a
white
lot
picket
of
fence.
Yeah, but that's the minority. Most black people in this country didn't come up that way. Most of us came up in major metropolitan areas. If not, they were in the outskirts of the country, to where they were deemed of in their area.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, in the United States, from what we teach each other, from kindergarten all the way up to adults, we promote a certain mind state of destruction. We promote drugs, we promote not fathering and being families to our children.
Mm-hmm.
We promote a lot of things that are detrimental to us in the long run.
Is that
that's just what it is.
Yeah, is that what you
Like,
is that what you grew up to?
Huh?
You grew up to that? Drugs and all that stuff? Was that how you were raised?
Well, I grew up around it. My household, my mother and father, my grandparents, they were successful, so I was taught certain things. But when I went outside the house, in my community, my peers, this is what I saw. I saw killing. I saw drug dealing. I saw prostitution. I saw guns.
Mm-hmm.
I saw robbery. I saw people get shot. All kind of things. To where you are a product of your environment. Like, just like you said, if you grew up with a white picket fence and you grew up outside of that element, then you probably won't even understand what I'm talking about, because you didn't grow up in that element. But that's the minority. That's not the majority.
Okay. Was there somebody that wanted to say something before I continue?
But why are you saying that though? What is the facts on that? Like, I don't remember telling you that, real. I don't know. It sounds like you kind of just assuming that all black people grew up in areas or impoverished areas, or most.
No, yeah, most did. Just look at, just. I mean, you can look it up. Just look at all the major cities in the United States. Where are most black people populated at? In metropolitan areas. Crime is evident.
You sure about that? I mean, that might be something that we're gonna have to look up, because I can't.
Yes.
I cannot.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if that's something that you have that's in black and white, then I guess, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I believe you, but okay. All right, we'll go with that for now. That might be something I need to look up. But let's go ahead and continue with this. We still got to talk about the father.
He worked at a different agency, the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, than the police officer who shot Ryan Hinton. Larry Henderson had absolutely nothing to do with what happened to Ryan Hinton. On Monday, Ryan Hinton's family stood with their lawyers, distancing themselves from what Ryan's father is accused of doing, intentionally murdering Deputy Henderson.
We're here because we represent the estate of Ryan. We're not here to talk about the incident that occurred with the police officer. We do offer our condolences to the officer and his family, but we were hired to represent this family to investigate the police-involved shooting of their son, Ryan.
So here's the problem with that, with what he just said. Because the father ran down an innocent man, nobody's really going to be looking at. I mean, not to say they're not going to be looking into the investigation, right? They're still going to look into the son, but nobody's really going to be focused on that. They're more focused on the fact that this man ran over an innocent white man. And brother, this is not our kingdom. We got to live here now. We got to follow a lot of the white man's rules. So he's not that father is not going to win. Again, he's not going to be able to bury his son. He's not going to even be there. I guarantee they're not. If they have a funeral, they're not going to even let him even attend the funeral. And they're talking about bail. They ain't even granting him bail. All we know is that they seeking the death penalty, and I don't even think the death penalty is even. I think it's been outlawed in Ohio, but they trying to bring it back. They trying to bring it back. So he's done. So now you got.
They got. I think they got.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
think they got capital punishment in Ohio. I think
Okay.
they got capital punishment.
I think I could have swore it's been banned, but hey, you might be. But hey, maybe I might be wrong. But brothers, so now this family not only has not one family member to bury, they probably going to bury the other person too. More than likely, if the death penalty goes through,
Yep.
they're going to have to bury two people.
I don't believe that. Well, not like that, Slim. But some people be sitting on death row for decades. Like
That's true.
they can really be on death row for
But his life
years.
is over. But at the end of the day, his life is over though. If he does, that's it. His life is over. So now you have a family. Hold on, I'm gonna just say that now you have a family that's going to be grieving not once but twice over something that that could have been avoided. I'm not sitting here saying that he's a bad father. He just made a very bad decision, and his decision making was off of emotion. He didn't think this through. But go ahead, Real.
Whatever justice could have been done got completely tossed out when that guy killed a random cop. And I believe whatever we as black people wanted to be exploited, it completely got dismantled. And more of what's happening is based on just what the father is even just going through daily with the cops, working around cops. I just saw
You're going in and out, Real.
Because he didn't want to leave with those white cops. I'm going in and out.
Now you good now. You good.
No, I can hear you perfectly.
All right, go ahead.
So I think that we wanted for the young man that was innocent, which I do believe that he took the wrong type of force. Because I'm going to mainly focus on the cop the cop and the younger man, because the father just did something that's not redeemable, and it takes away from the real problem that we're trying to perpetuate. That cops make the wrong judgment, especially when it comes to black people. But when you do something like that, that takes it away. That's all I got to say.
Go ahead, Mugga. I got you, Seven. Hey, I got Seven. All I asked is that you just raise your hand, but go ahead, Mugga. If you go ahead real quick, and I got you, Seven.
Yeah, and with that being said, I feel like justice may have not been delivered in the first place, because there's no way that let's say someone is killed wrongfully by the police, and because a police officer was killed wrongfully, that we're no longer going to explore if this child was killed wrongfully or not. Like that, if that's the case, then justice was never going to be delivered in the first place. That's my opinion about that. That shouldn't take away from nothing when we talking about two different individuals, whatever his father did. Like, that's crazy to me.
Well, Mugga, the investigation is still going to go on. It's just that with society, it's just basically where everybody's going to more be looking at the father when it comes with society. I'm not saying they're going to forget about the son being shot, but we're not right now. Everybody's more focused. At least America is more focused on the fact that this dude ran over a innocent bias, basically an innocent person that had nothing to do with the situation. So,
right, but what is making you feel like? But I think that's the issue here. I'm no longer concerned about the other child that may have been innocent, but now we're just going to focus on the police. No life is worth more than the next.
correct.
At the end of the day, if in fact they're both innocent. So the fact that y'all are choosing to focus on one and no longer the other, I think that speaks a lot to Americans and how y'all think.
I'm just going by what's going on with TV and what's being put out there. They're gonna. All I'm saying, Mugga, is that they're putting this. I'm not saying that the government or the police or whoever investigating going to put the kid on the back burner. It's just that what we see now is like they're pushing. How can I put it? Where everybody's now more focused on the father, as in, hey, what's like right now? That's what's going on with the news. They even with this little article that's only 28 minutes, they're talking more. They're going to be talking more about the father than the son. But I get what you say.
I know that. So
okay,
right. Okay.
Seven. What we go ahead, Seven. If you have something you wanted to say.
So the whole thing with the guy, like, I understand as a parent what he.
Is that me or is that him? Oh, okay, he's breaking
That's
up.
him. He breaking up.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and continue. Hopefully he come back. But let me go ahead and continue.
This family is very upset about what occurred. We believe that this incident should be investigated. It's not as cut and dry as this officer should have just pulled out his gun and shot at Ryan. It's not that cut and dry. So that's why we're doing the records request. We're going to analyze frame by frame each one of these videos to determine why the officer made that deadly decision to shoot and kill Ryan.
Ryan Hitten's grandfather, the father of Rodney Hinton, also spoke.
I want to give a condolence out to the officers that got hurt, got killed, my whole family. I'm asking for forgiveness, and I've been praying hard for the officer that killed my grandson. I've been praying hard for him and his family because I know he's hurting off this. As I seen in the video about my grandson, I seen two scared people. I seen the officer scared, and I seen my grandson scared. So it's an unfortunate incident that happened. So that's all I seen. It was like, I didn't see the police there trying to kill. No. What I seen was two persons made a mistake. My grandson made a mistake being there, and the officer, he was trying to get back to his family too. So that's what I seen. So it's not about.
Here's the problem I have with the word. We can listen. I don't like that word mistake. That ain't no mistake, and that's on both parties. That cop knew what he was doing. I'm sure that both of them were scared, but that ain't no mistake. That ain't no mistake. Neither of them probably even thought this through. The cop didn't, and the boy didn't. The father didn't either. That ain't no mistake. Because all that could have been avoided. I'm not sure why that cop just started blasting. I don't even think he should have done that. Sometimes I feel like sometimes these cops should at least start out with a taser first. But again, I don't know if the kid had a gun. I'm sorry, not a gun. I don't know if he did point at the cop. So now they have to go through clip by clip, frame by frame for this video. Or the dash cam or whatever. You got to go frame by frame just to see. And then believe me, this all could have been avoided. The father should have just waited this out. I know that a lot of these white cops get away with a lot of bullshit. We know that. We already know that. But he should have waited this out. Again, I probably would have had a little bit of sympathy if he probably would have got the guy that shot his son. But again, you got somebody that had nothing to do with the situation. So the father did not think this through. So the father, I hope he doesn't try to claim insanity. I hope not, because it ain't going to work. He had a couple of hours to think this through before he did it. They went to his house on Thursday to let him know what happened. And he did this on the very next day. Come on, brothers. We gotta make logical decisions. We gotta understand that this is not our kingdom. Whether y'all believe it or not, we are in captivity. Go ahead, Mugga.
Real was first.
What the hell?
Oh, my fault. Go ahead, my brother.
Mush my after what mush. I think I don't think you heard what they said earlier about the footage. They only played like 5 seconds of it. They didn't
Mhm.
play the courtroom. They did not. We do not. We have not seen the full video. All we saw is two specific parts
Mhm.
that they're measuring for if it's excessive force or was it validated. They did not play the whole clip because the people involved, like the parents and stuff, saw the whole entire clip. That's why the grandfather said, all I saw, because we can't tell who was scared or not based on the 3 seconds of video playback, but the families got to see, the lawyers and stuff got to see the full video in its entirety.
Right.
But I'm going to say that there should be different levels of force when it comes like rubber bullets,
Mhm.
taser, and gun. But again, what it seems like they're saying is they confiscated one gun.
Right.
They realized the other guy had a gun, and while he was running, he was pointing the gun at them. So I don't know. That's what it seems like they're trying to say. But that's why I said that they used the wrong type of force. If the grandfather's saying that he's not even really, he's saying it's both of them,
Mhm.
then there has to be something that's in that video that changes the narrative. Like I feel like the grandfather's level-headed. I don't feel like he's trying to make it anything other than a circumstance.
Right.
But that's all.
Yes, Mugga.
Deputy that was killed was off duty, right?
You talking about the deputy?
That was hit.
Duty,
Yeah,
he
by
was
the
doing
neck.
yeah, he was doing something for prom. He was just
Yeah,
doing some extra. Yeah,
yeah,
he
he was
retired in December.
yeah, he was like a
Did
cross.
he have on his uniform?
Yes, he did have a uniform on. He was just doing might as well call it like public
Trafficking. He was doing the
trafficking.
trafficking.
Yeah.
You know when you're going to school and those guys that be he was being the guy that during prom, he was doing the trafficking stuff during prom. So all those kids got to see a guy get ran over too.
Right.
All those teenagers and stuff.
What up, Lily?
I mean, according to Seven, we done seen people get shot our whole lives. So I mean, yeah, hit by cars.
Bro,
That's
what the fuck?
gruesome.
What do you mean? So what if 7 said our whole
Why
lives
you
we see
only
you?
cutting me off when I
Nigga,
speak? I'm starting to get
nigga.
offended.
Go ahead.
Okay. That was called a joke. You see how real laughed in the comments? Haha. Okay, so all right, thank you. I just wanted to know.
What? Go ahead, GI Joe.
Man, it don't matter if kids seeing niggas getting shot, don't mean they should fucking see it. Cause if that was the case, people wouldn't keep their kids out harm's way. They'll just let them see Willie goddamn fucking Nelly. But but um
Nigga, that
but
was a joke.
but
I don't know what's going like
no,
y'all about to come
I'm,
on, man.
No.
I'm
Just
just saying. But but
Slim.
Go ahead, GI Joe. Go ahead. Continue. Continue.
all,
Continue.
but all I know is, bro, the shit don't make the shit right. The shit retarded.
Mhm.
And the thing is, bro, any other time when niggas kill the wrong niggas, we tell niggas, hey, bro, you foul as hell for killing that nigga. He ain't had shit to do with it. Or when women be around certain situations and the wrong person get killed. Nigga, he killed the wrong motherfucker, bro. What the hell? Like, I don't know, bro. Maybe people who like to race bait so much were just like basic shit. It's just like common sense is just like thrown out the window. But we come to a point where like niggas could just do any type of thing and just justify the shit no matter what the fuck it was. And it's like, bro, this the wrong motherfucker that died, bro. Like the wrong person died, bro. And then the nigga was doing some shit for some teenagers at that. Like what the hell? Like the shit, bro. I don't know, man. Y'all niggas grown.
Go ahead, Mugga.
General was next.
Oh, General. I apologize.
It's okay, brother. Now I was just gonna say, in those type of situations, like you really don't have time to think,
Mhm.
you know, or use rubber bullets or a real gun, like especially when somebody running and they upping up a gun on you, you know. Either, but I believe the young man upped the gun just to throw it away. I don't believe he's gonna shoot the police. But in that split second right there, I mean, do you really have time to think, say, oh, is he throwing it away or is he trying to point and kill me? You know, you never know. And so, like Real said, the grandfather, whatever he's seen something more than us. And I think the fact that he said that he's seen two scared men, like the officer was probably scared and made a split decision at that moment, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate that he had to succumb to the evidence. But I noticed beside the content that we're talking about, but later on I want to talk about this is their society. What does that mean? Like, as if black people back in the day didn't have laws and structure, but captivity, whatever you're talking about. But yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Let's go ahead and continue.
Okay, I just
Oh,
want
I'm
to make a
sorry.
quick disclaimer. Like everybody up here has their own opinion. Like if you're getting irritated, frustrated, or any of that, GI, over my opinion, I think you should just leave because I'm going to state my opinion.
Revenge or anything. I had nothing against nobody. You know, my Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ, and I represent Him. So, with that said, please, everybody, just try to forgive everybody who done anything to anybody.
Rodney Hinton Jr. appeared in court over the weekend following his arrest on an aggravated murder charge. A wall of Larry Henderson's colleagues surrounded him. Hinton muttered something about being gone forever. Hinton was moved to a jail in a neighboring county.
Now, I know y'all saw how he walked by the cops. Now, I don't know if he was taunting them or what. They already talking about death penalty. I don't know what's going on. Come on, bro. That looked crazy. And that's just me. I could be wrong, but it looked like he was taunting those cops. Yeah, somebody said they loved that.
He definitely was.
Okay. Who is Libra? Talking about I love that. Congratulations, bro.
It looked like, honestly, it looks like he is. It honestly looked like he just don't give a fuck, like about his own life or nothing. That's what it looked like to me. It just looked like he just is. He at his wits end with it. It is what it is. Like, so I don't really see. Like that's what he looked like. He just don't care about nothing. Like to me, he don't care.
Yeah, I when I saw that, I didn't like that. They already tried to put you under the grave or under the jail cell or whatever, give you a death penalty. You over there taunting them cops. But again, that's what it looked like. And he left. Look, Libra, I don't know what you got going on down there, but let's continue.
County. He was back in court asking for bail, and things got heated in the gallery when his brother attempted to contact him by knocking on the courtroom glass.
Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat, sir. Sit down. Have a seat. Have a seat. That's my brother.
Now you got another black man, his brother, acting a fool. Come on now. And again, you're not making things any better. So-called black men of America, we got to make better decisions out here. I get it. He's emotional, but come on. You think your brother wasn't going to do some time? You thought your brother was going to get away with this? Come on, bro. Let's continue.
Rodney Hinton was rushed out of the courtroom as his brother was escorted out of the gallery. Shortly thereafter, court resumed, with Hinton's lawyer asking for bail for him and entering a not guilty plea on his behalf.
Judge, I'm going to waive probable cause as a result of being acquainted with the case. I'm waiving probable cause.
Thank you so much. And is there a plea this morning?
There's a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Plea of not guilty? Yes. Will you enter a plea of not guilty? And thank you. And as to bond.
I'm sorry. Is that somebody trying to? Oh, who's that in the comments? Or who is that? The feds. Who's the feds? Is that you,
That's
General?
General.
Oh shit. What's up? What's up, General?
I know this is a happy moment for black people to say that they got one of his, one of theirs, but I don't think we understand like killing a police officer, being a mortar. He mugging right now, but when he get in that system, in that jailhouse, I'm pretty sure them deputies and shit gonna beat the shit out of him, mistreat him. Like it's more than just killing the cops. You gotta deal with the system. You gotta deal with the deputies who are inside the prison. And we cheering right now, but we don't know what's going on the inside. And I just say that to say this: it's a better way to having this type of system. Like I always think about when black people go out and destroy buildings, and they happy. Yeah, we broke out windows, we bust out this, and tore up cars and tore up businesses. Now the people who live in the area, which are black people, are affected by the damage. And now there's nothing, there's no resolution, no growth, no plan in action. There's nothing. Y'all just destroy some shit like a whiny ass little kid. So, that's all I want to say.
Thank you for that, General. Thank you, sir. Let's go ahead and continue.
The state has requested a hearing on the issue of bond or bail. You may be aware of that.
I am aware of that.
Who would like to proceed?
I'm proceeding, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, a detective testified about what happened that day.
Tell me what he did after he stopped.
So based on witness statements as well as the video, the vehicle accelerated quickly, proceeded eastbound, crossed into the oncoming lanes of traffic when there was no longer traffic to obstruct his travel. Crossed into the oncoming lanes of traffic, went to the left of those little stanchions that are in the middle of the roadway, into the oncoming lanes, through the intersection, directly at where Deputy Henderson was standing, struck Deputy Henderson and the metal utility pole on the northeast corner of the intersection.
Okay. Were there any evidence of skid marks?
No, there were no indications at any point that he tried to brake, stop, or otherwise avoid Deputy Henderson.
And is that the conclusion that our accident reconstructionists have come to at this point?
At this time, yes.
Okay. And does it appear from your review of the video that he headed straight for Deputy Henderson?
Yes.
And did any of the multiple witnesses that you spoke to and the people that were in the vehicles that were surrounding him, the people that were on scene, did anyone indicate that any attempt to slow down or deviate his path straight to Deputy Henderson?
No. Everybody said that he accelerated and was traveling at a high rate of speed all the way up until the time that he struck Deputy Henderson.
Okay. And when he struck Deputy Henderson, was the deputy injured?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened after he struck Deputy Henderson?
Deputy Henderson was launched several feet through the air. He came to rest in a turn lane several feet from where the collision occurred.
Rodney Hinton's defense attorney then questioned the detective.
Judge, first of all, I would like to offer on behalf of the Hinton family and myself Prayers to the Hinton family, prayers to the family of Larry Henderson, the fallen deputy, and I thank the court for having a fair assembly in the courtroom today. With that, I'd like to ask you a few questions, not a lot, okay? Yes, sir. You said that Mr. Hinton.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at the comments. So are we saying that these young men is innocent?
Are you talking about the father? Because I'm not saying that.
The young man who got killed for riding in a stolen car and having 2 guns, not 2 phones, but 2 guns at 17 years old. Are we saying that he's innocent for running away from the police, throwing a gun on the ground, and he mistakenly shoot him? We're saying that's.
We're saying that's innocent. You can hear me
No.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I'm not saying. I'm personally not saying that that's.
Oh, I'm not. I said in the comments.
Oh, the comments.
Because we in this situation right here, we're not talking about an innocent man, innocent young boy standing on a corner eating a bag of hot Cheetos. We're talking about a young man who's in a car, a stolen car from that, and had 2 guns on him at 17 years old. Like, we're not talking about Carlton here. We're talking about a young man. Unfortunately, he made bad decisions and he had to suffer the consequences. And his father went out like a hoe. He went out like a hoe ass nigga. He went out with his fucking emotions. And now his dumb ass up there looking like, damn, I fucked up. Excuse my language.
Right.
With that big ass scar on his head. He fucked up. And y'all can't be delusional about, because police and black people interactions do happen. You can't be biased just because a motherfucker black. These motherfuckers ain't innocent out here. These motherfuckers make stupid decisions. And it's his fucking fault with that big ass scar on his face. Now his son is dead, unfortunately. Rest in peace. That ain't my fucking issue. That's his fucking fault. But go ahead.
Did anybody else have something to say before I continue?
I put my hand up. So
I'm sorry.
I do think that I do think that at the end of the day, it's a lot of people out here who are killed. Innocent people who are killed. So what is the difference between y'all going so hard with this and y'all not going hard for that? That's what makes it disingenuous to me. It's a lot of people who get killed wrongfully by all types of people, not even just police. But y'all don't be having nothing to say. I don't hear anybody say anything. So y'all can act as if y'all so outraged and y'all feel something with this shit, but y'all don't. It's just y'all just conditioned to have this type of energy when it comes to police getting killed. At the end of the day, that's how I see that, because y'all ain't outraged for nothing else except this. To the point where you're not even giving the benefit of the doubt of maybe the child being killed innocently, or there was equal force applied and all that other old shit that y'all was saying with that other case. Nobody cares to look into the facts of what actually happened. I honestly don't feel like the father gives a fuck about nothing at this point. Like, I honestly don't. I don't think that when a nigga go to jail, if they do whoop his ass, which they probably won't, because CEOs in those jails and the regular police, they are not the same. They are not the same. So you're not about to be getting your ass whipped by a CEO because you killed a police officer. That's not how that shit goes. But yeah, like I said, if y'all going to be outraged about this, y'all need to be outraged about every other innocent life that has been taken off this earth, and y'all are not. That's why I don't trust it. It's fake.
Can I ask a question? Are you saying that to like the? Are you saying that
Hold
to
on,
the
Gi.
people
I have
that?
my hand up. Hold on, Gi.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
I have my hand
Go
up.
ahead,
Hold
bro.
on. Yeah. So let's deal with the situation. We're not talking about every other situation that happens in America. This is one particular subject that we're sticking to. So stick to that. Don't don't tell me if we at KFC that Popeyes is good when we at fucking KFC. That shit is crazy. We talking about this particular subject and this particular moment, and we listen to the testimonies, especially his father, his grandfather, who's not angry, but what he's saying clearly, he's saying more than us, and he's saying that, hey, my crazy ass grandson fucked up, and I seen an officer who was scared for his life, who seen a pistol and shot his ass. That's what he's saying. So what the fuck are we talking about here? We're not talking about every fucking case. We talking about this particular subject about this nigga at 17 years old, a kid. He probably wanted to be a young boy. He probably wanted to be Gucci Mane. I don't know what this young nigga wanted to be. But this young nigga fucked up and he had to pay for the consequences. And yes, if you read testimonies or hear testimonies of niggas who are incarcerated, who have done much lesser, the CEOs don't give a fuck. They treat them bad and they ain't even do shit. So you can only imagine what happened to this scar head motherfucker. This noggin head motherfucker. You can only imagine what happened to him. But I digress. Whatever.
Yeah, I just had a question.
So
Were
we
you
not raising
saying
hand.
that to? My question was, are you saying that off the strength of like what we're saying, like, hey, bro, wrong for killing the wrong individual, or because the only reason why we saying something, bro, is because black people are condoning this shit, like, hey, nigga, this shit was awesome, this shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why we saying something about this shit. And also too, like, the shit does radicalize motherfuckers because now typically this happens with sons where sons become radicalized, where someone close to them gets killed, and now they get older and they kind of want to do the shit back, and the shit doesn't help nobody because you got black people saying fuck this nigga, and if I can recall, everybody has the internet, so now you got this person family member saying, seeing people saying fuck this nigga, and now hypothetically speaking, not saying this what happened, but if a race war was gonna happen, y'all would blame it on white people, even though this nigga had nothing to do with the shit in the first place. We don't know if this guy was racist. We don't know that. We just know that he was doing a job for a school. He was doing a job for a school. And then they killed the nigga in front of other teenagers and shit. Like, what the hell? Like, ain't no type of criticism could get put on him for that? Like if a nigga killed your homie in front of you and he ain't had nothing to do with it, you'll be mad. But the thing is though, because people are like, well, it ain't happened to me, so I don't give a fuck. It don't matter, which is cool. You could feel that way and you could think that way. No one is making nobody say that or think that way. And that particular statement isn't pushed to nobody particular on the panel. But you got a lot of people with the mindset of, well, this ain't happened to me, so I don't care. But I tell you this, if that shit happened in someone's personal camp, they wouldn't have that same mindset.
Okay. So, I never said the words white or black, so I don't know where all this race war bullshit is coming from. I never spoke on the color at all today. But, general, I do feel like there needs to be some type of light shed upon what we choose to care about as Americans. Like we cannot say that we care about something when we're not caring about that those types of situations overall. So yes, that's going to speak to the credibility of your outrage, not just you, just media as well, because we already said that media is basically pushing it, and now the death of the son is going to be on the back burner. So if that's the case, then yeah, I'm going to speak to the hypocrisy in this situation, definitely. So if you took that personal, that's on you, but I was really speaking towards media and the outrage as far as that.
But no one is taking it personal, bro. We're going off the things that the people are
I was
saying, and we're
talking
going
to
off.
Hold on,
General
GI
about
Joe.
his
Hold
statement.
on, hold
I'm
on.
leaving. Bye. I don't feel like it.
Bro, what do you want to leave for, bro? You just said earlier if you can't handle the conversation, don't be here, and you talking about leaving. Like, what sense does that make?
Wait, whoa. Let me pause this real quick.
I think we all take something from this as being black people. I don't like what he did, but I understand it because I'm a black person just like y'all are. But I kind of agree with GI Joe. Like the wrong person died. Like you hunted down an innocent person, y'all. He hunted down an innocent person with the mindset, okay, I'm gonna get even because you ran my son down and you shot him. So I don't know, man.
Go ahead, Seven. Finish what you were saying. Or was that it?
Okay, so no, I wasn't. I thought I was going in and out, but y'all got to remember, man. Like this is an incident where I'm gonna just say, as a black man, we're getting tired of what's been going on with us with white people, how we portray ourselves. But I can't blame it all just on white people. Like I got to point the finger at us a little bit because of what we portray ourselves and what we put out, and we get back what we put out there. You know, like I don't like that he hunted down an innocent person and killed him because of your emotion. I don't agree with that, man. But I do understand it, but I just don't agree with how he handled that. That man, like Mugga said, he don't give a fuck about nothing. He didn't give a fuck about. He don't care what happens to him or these people or his own family or those people's family, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we got to make better decisions. We got to do better. That's just what it boils down to. I'm done.
Kamachi, I don't really believe it. So let me ask you something, Kamachi. So you'll run down an innocent person that didn't even have nothing to do with the situation. That's justice? Go ahead, Mugga.
Hell yeah, justice.
Yeah, Troller, I know, Troller, really? I know you ain't even serious about what you just said.
Man, I'm a Crip. If a blood kill my homie, we killing any bloods slipping. What the fuck? The police is a gang. They operate like a gang. They in that court acting like a gang. What are you talking about? Innocent. This nigga joined the gang. He ain't innocent. That nigga, once he took that badge, he knew what came with it.
He was retired.
Now he innocent. This shit crazy. You niggas know what's up. You joined the police force. You a cop, nigga. You no longer an innocent bystander. You're no longer all this feeling sorrow for this nigga. He fit the description. And he had a weapon on him. And he was resisting. So, like, yeah.
Wait, what?
You know what I mean?
Wait.
Background. He's a cop.
Whoa. What do you mean what are you talking about, Troller? The dude ran him
this
over.
Is the same ass shit they be saying about us. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen to this. The nigga fit the description of the suspect. He was wearing the same clothes that the nigga was wearing that killed his fucking son. He is possibly the same height. He had a weapon on him, and this nigga was resisting.
Yeah, but the thing
is, hold up, G.I. Joe, hold up. Go ahead, Mugga, please.
I'm just trying to figure out, why do y'all keep bringing up race? Like, y'all keep saying white, black. I'm intentionally not bringing up race in this conversation, like intentionally. So why do y'all keep bringing that up? Seven, G.I.
I didn't bring up race though. I didn't bring up race.
You did. You said something
Both
about a race war. You said that this
I did not
creates
say
radical
race war,
behavior.
bro. That's the thing. You're not being paying attention.
You said
I'm not
that. Hold on, sweetie. You said that this type of activity can create radical mindsets, which could possibly turn into a race war. That's what you.
Oh
said.
yeah.
I'm asking, why is that a factor, like right now?
Because I mean, look at, bro. What the fuck you mean? Look at history. Look at what's happened the last couple of years. Like, what are you talking about? It absolutely does. Because when you're, if I'm a European and I go ahead and kill a bunch of Indians, and the children of the Indians see that, and then they get older and say your opinion, that creates a race war. Like we've seen the like this. It's literally a thing. It's a thing in it's literally a thing in history, bro. What the fuck?
So this black guy killing a white cop is going to create a race war?
No, oh my God. I'm talking about amongst the people that are closest to the individual, like a son, etc. We done the shit, like, for example.
Maybe either way, whatever you talking about,
wait, let me further elaborate, bro. Like, I'm gonna do this shit at the most simplest level. If we can use America and the Middle East, for example. When we went over there and we was destabilized in the Middle East, there were a bunch of children who all they saw was Americans coming in, and they don't know who they are, they don't know the language, etc. And they shoot their father in the middle of their room. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's happening. They don't understand why it's. Then when they get older and they see Americans again, they end up bombing the motherfuckers. Why? Because it radicalized them when they were younger to see something that traumatic or get them emotional enough to get pissed off. So what I'm talking about is vengeance upon the people who are closest to him, whether it's a friend or whether it's a son. And the only reason why I'm mainly saying sons, because typically those are the ones that carry out vengeance when it comes to someone in the family. But regardless of which, it creates vengeance. closest to the individual or who represents the cause of the individual.
Look the closest or represent the cause. You heard that, Slim?
Yeah. Like for example, the guy that killed that cop, he ain't just killed. He ain't. If he wasn't a cop, he wouldn't have killed the nigga. But because he was a cop, he killed the nigga. Just like in the Middle East,
Facts.
they ain't kill you. They ain't kill him. They didn't kill the guy because he was part of the war. No, they killed that motherfucker because he was American. So that's what I mean by radicalized. Like like it's man, it's
Yeah,
simple,
but
man.
if he would have killed a black cop, everybody would have been pissed off. Even the black
Yeah,
people
that
that's on
too.
the side of the niggas would have been like, wait, well, why you kill a black cop though? But at the end of the day, who does deserve to kill a black cop is those 5 black cops that killed that brother. I forgot what city that is. They just got
I
off.
seen that
2
video.
of
That
them
shit
got
was
fired.
wild.
That was in
Yeah,
Memphis.
yeah, but niggas
That's
ain't
in
mad
Memphis.
about
That's
that. You
in
don't see
Memphis.
black
They
people
did,
That's in
not
bro.
Memphis,
tripping
They
off
did
of
that
that.
nigga dirty, bro.
That happened
That
in
was in
Memphis, bro.
Memphis.
Yeah, that was in
Oh, that
Memphis.
was in Memphis. Oh, yeah. They say that was out of pocket completely. 5 black cops beat the shit. And this happened so much. And this is what I be hating about the pro-black bullshit, right? Because the police as a whole are a problem. Like the way that they try to use their power. That's an issue. Like as a whole, you know what I mean? Now, if it's white on black and the media talks about it, then we make a big deal about it. But these 5 cops beat the shit out of this nigga to death on camera, and nobody cares about it. They fired 2 of them, but that's about it. They swept that shit underneath the rug.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
yeah,
we
they
need
only
more
2
cops
guys.
like me. That's
They
not
beat
gonna. That's not
they
gonna
beat
never
the
use
truckers,
the
then.
power. They need more cops
I
like
want
me.
to know
Saying a
what y'all
cop,
got to say about Trollers saying y'all feeling sympathy for this white cop and him basically saying it's justified that he killed him because they a gang. That's what I want to know. All the love,
We're
GI.
supposed to agree
Troller is
with him because he said it. Like, nigga, we
Nigga,
like
I'm
obviously we
asking
still
you.
need to
All
Troller,
right,
talk
hold
to
on,
Troller
him.
hold
is
on,
a
hold on,
gang
Troller,
leader.
hold up,
Troller is
Talking all the time.
hold.
Troller is
I
Clear
an
don't.
that up.
extremist.
I just want to let y'all know I don't agree with what Troller said when it comes to like it's not for me. It's not justified for him to go kill somebody that had nothing to do. I get what
that's
Troller
because
said
you
about the
guys are
gay.
some
Oh, hold on,
suckers. If
hold
the
on.
Cowboys, yeah, you a
Whoa,
sucker.
oh my goodness, Troller. I'm
If a
not going to.
cowboy kill an Indian, the Indians ain't looking for the specific cowboy that killed his whole family. He just gonna kill any cowboy in that regime. Like if them Indians come out of the plane, they see some cowboys moving, they like, oh, they're going to motherfuckers right there. That's life, bro. You associate yourself with a crew, but why they acting like a gang in court? I want to ask you that, Slim. Why they in court, mad dogging and kicking out his brother and shit like that? So why do they get to act like a gang, but nobody can treat them like a gang?
Troller,
Because here comes Southland General talking. He talking about street violence.
the
Like
brother
nigga, these are
started.
street people. What
Oh
the
my,
fuck? The cops are
Troller.
street niggas.
I'm still not going to. I'm Troller. It sounds good, but I don't agree with what you just said. I don't agree with it. I don't.
All right, somebody take out truck drivers, bro, and except for me, you know what I mean? Because they try to take me out their ass grab. Slim, you on the list.
Hey,
Oh, so, I mean, Troll, how you gonna say take out truck driver just because you don't like what he said? You gonna say take?
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? We're gonna
But hold on,
classify niggas now.
the reason why, okay, I can actually look at it like what Troller said, but it's inconsistent. You just gave an example of 4 black guys fatally beating 5 black guys fatally beating a black guy. It's not consistent. If it wasn't race related, then I could agree with it. But since there's that logic though, with as far as you're concerned, like just like your example, the black cops, it's not completely treated that way though. And you said it yourself, if everybody looked at it, if he was a black cop, I would have looked at him like, why did he kill
I
a
got you
black
too,
cop?
vibes.
So it's not
No,
consistent.
I said I
That
said that's
all
why I
black
don't
people,
agree. I don't agree
yeah,
with these pro-black
I
people
think most black
because the
people are,
police is the problem. It's not even about black or white. It's about the blue. The blue, them niggas are fucking tripping with that badge.
That's
Some
what
of
I
them are
said.
using
yeah,
their
I
authority
agree.
too much.
They
And
need
then
more
guess
cops
what?
like me. They
It
need a
ain't
cop
no
like
good
me.
cops. It ain't no good cops because those other cops, they sit back and watch the shit happen and they don't say nothing
I see
neither.
you, King
It's
Vibes. I
not
gotta
like they
wait till
getting on their
Troller finish.
homeboy. I just seen somebody tase somebody. My bad. Go ahead, King Bob. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's saying that they enable is what he's saying.
Anybody disagree, they need to be quiet. I'm
I just want
gonna
to
be
make
quiet.
so we are saying, Troller. So you are agreeing that this is right. This is race related.
correct? Is that what you're saying, Troller?
Y'all shouldn't refer your question to me because then Slim gonna act like I'm talking to you.
No,
Okay, well,
Troller,
I'll say this, man.
Troller, you can hold on, King Vibes, hold on.
Somebody asked me a question.
Hold on, King Vibes. Listen,
nah.
Listen, it's being recorded. At the end of the day, I value all your opinion. I'm not going to
Oh
agree
my
with
bad, I
you.
didn't know you was
No,
recording. I was
it's
just joking
fine.
with you, bro.
No, it's fine. But Troller, I'm not going to agree with what you just said. Go ahead, King Vibes.
Okay, I would say this, bro. I think, and I'm sure, I don't know if we're saying the same thing. I would say this situation is race related. I would say that black people are selective in their anger. You can look it up when it comes to cop violence between black people. Black cops are more likely to kill you than a white cop is. And so I think the reason we have to really look at it as race related is because you got to hear some of the sound bites of some of the family members that were talking about it. And then I think the media knows what's happening and they play on that, and they play on the psyche of a lot of black people because we get emotional when we see that happening. I do see that this situation is so unjust on what the man did, because at the end of the day, I would have assumed if someone killed someone, then, right, you would actually kill the person or try to find the person that did what they did towards you. And Troller, I would say if it is gang related or it's looked like that, then why didn't they just find the first cop? Why didn't he just find the first cop, the first black cop, kill that cop? Or why ain't black people just going and just killing cops in general? And what you start seeing,
he killed a cop an hour after he found out about his son.
No, he did not.
How did y'all know the mindset that he had within an hour?
Troller, he did not kill him.
Yes, he did.
No, they did not. They went to his house that Thursday to let him know what happened to his son. Friday is when he ran over the cop. It was Friday. So he had more than...
Bro, the cop came to his house and said that his
so
son died. He didn't tell him what happened. The attorney told him what happened an hour before that. Go ahead.
Can I just land?
My bad.
I'll just land on this, bro. If this man was that calculated, bro, he would have killed a black cop. Most definitely. If he hated cops like that, if he was smart enough, he would have killed a black cop, because the black cop is more likely to kill. Let me say it again. He should have killed a black cop, because a black cop is more likely to kill a black person. If it really was about that.
What?
If it was really about,
this ain't about
justice and this.
Ain't about statistics though. That don't make any sense. So this is